Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to Tipsy Tuesday.
And I am Mr. HB. You forgot the script. You forgot.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. It was, we were a little unprepared because we were having too much fun. He was drumming to the beat, to the song, grooving. Welcome, everybody, to the show. Thank you for being with us. We are live from Iceland. And so, the show is.
Hey, there you go. Hey.
Yep, we're going to look a little bit different.
That's
but
okay.
We're in Iceland, but please say hi to Mr. KP running the show from
Mr.
Minnesota.
Hello, hello. How are you guys?
We're good.
Great. So it is a little bit later here in Iceland. It's 9 p.m. and another co-host just showed up, so he's jumping right in. Yes.
Hey.
Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Say hi. This is Johan, and we're, of course, in Iceland with the whole family. We appreciate you being here, whether you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook. Make sure you subscribe, send us some hearts and thumbs up and everything. We're going to be talking about a lot of things going on today. So first off, we have a giveaway at the end of the show, so make sure you stick around and answer that giveaway question. And then let's start with announcing our winner from last week.
The winner from last week.
I asked a question.
Oh.
How to use lemons. It's Lynn Peterson.
Yay.
Lynn, congratulations. She said, I get them too shriveled up because I forget to use them. Oops. You know what? You can use them to clean when they're really shriveled up. That's what I do. And then just squeeze that juice out. Still good. So congrats.
I got a beluga whale.
Yeah, you got a beluga whale. Look, is that cute?
I got a new shirt too.
Oh, it's
You got a
nice.
new shirt?
I swear, baby.
Yeah. Lead in. There you go. Mm-hmm. Johan, we went to the Iceware factory store today after we went to the Black Sand Beach and had a lot of fun. I hear Leo is calling our name too. He's going to maybe join us a little bit later. But yeah, that is a whale. That's a beluga whale. Thank you, Cheryl, for paying attention. We love that. But we have, of course, the whole family here. We had our whole family party yesterday to honor my dad's birthday. And it's rare that we get the whole family, extended family together. And we had a lot of fun. So Mr. HP put together a little video, didn't you?
A couple little highlights.
Yes.
So far. Part one.
We'll talk more about what we've been doing, but the weather is cool. Everybody's asking about the weather. It's pretty cool. It's been a pretty rainy summer here in Iceland, so we've gotten some rain, but we had a gorgeous day today. At least no rain. Yeah. That I call gorgeous. A little slivers of sunshine. So that's all good. You just got to be prepared and dress for the weather. And then you can have fun.
That's Iceland for you.
Yeah. Okay, let's check out this video that you put together for what we've been up to so far.
Boy, that's a lot of hair on my face.
Yeah, that is a lot of hair on your face.
Yeesh. I think I'm gonna shave it off.
I'm very
Yes.
impressed with your video editing skills, Mr. HB.
Hey, it's just like boom.
It's been a lot of fun. Yeah, as you saw, we've been hiking. We've been looking at some waterfalls and black sand beach and what else? Geysers.
Yeah.
And Johan went fishing. Somebody asked if you tried shark yet. No shark, but you ate the fish that you caught, didn't you?
Eat the fish.
And how was it?
So good. I made it stale, but I ate it all.
You ate it all.
Good work.
You know
Good
what
job.
kind of fish it was, Yoey?
It was a trout.
Yeah.
Yep.
Trout.
Little lake trout. Yes. We
Sounds
had some
good.
more trout and and Arctic char earlier that my brother caught too, which was delicious.
Oh yeah.
So we've been having some good Icelandic fresh fish.
Like fresh fish in Iceland.
Yes.
So good.
Yeah, there's nothing like it. Nothing like it. You want to come say hi, Leo? He's being a little bit vocal. Wants to be a part of it. You want to say hi? Say hi, everybody. Say hi, everybody, Leo.
Give me kisses. Ladies and gentlemen.
So we have a lot of more videos to show you today because we are going to be revealing Bundle Club a little bit later tonight. But first, I have a tip of the day. And this is an older video, so I wasn't able to redo it. But this is all about partial seams. I have quite a few patterns that use partial seams, and that word seems to be a little scary to people. So I pulled out this video that I did a couple years ago, and I thought that would be a great tip of the day since I couldn't record being here. So let's check out our tip of the day.
Tip of the day.
Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. In this video, I'd like to show you how easy it is to do partial seams. It's a technique I love to use in my designs, not only for the design possibilities, but also because it's really fun to do. For some, it may be a scary word, and for maybe new quilters, something you try to avoid, but it's really easy. For this tutorial, I actually made a little candle mat from the scraps I found on my cutting mat that you can practice on. So what do I mean by partial seams? So a partial seam is needed whenever you want to have a square in the middle of the block and then 4 units surrounding it, and you want them all to be the same length without a seam in them. And it's really easy to transfer into whatever size you want. I mean, they can be large, they can be small. So all you have to do is take the size of your finished square that you're going to have in the center. So the finished size of your square, and then the finished width of your outside units, just the width. You're going to add those together. And then to figure out how long you're going to cut these units, you're just going to add a 1/2 inch to that measurement, and that is going to be your cut length. So for what I used for this, I had some pretty gray strip scraps on my cutting mat. So I actually just cut those down to 1 1/4 inch, and I just sewed them into units of 3. And then I had a 2.5 inch square for the middle. So the 2.5 inch square is going to be finished size 2 inches. And with these 3 sewn together, the finished size of that is going to be 2 1/4. So 2 1/4 plus 2 inches gives me 4 1/4, and I add 1/2 inch to that. That means that my strip units here are going to be cut to 4 3/4 for the length, for them to fit around my square. So let me show you how you put these together with that partial seam method. So we're going to go over here to the close-up camera. I start with my unit laying down in front of my sewing machine, and I'm going to be sewing on the light side of the unit. So you want to take your square, your center square, and you want to place it in the bottom left corner, right sides together, like so. And it's not supposed to be the same width or anything. And then you're going to start sewing with your sewing machine kind of in the middle of the square. I sometimes go a little bit further up, so do like 2/3 of the square. You're going to start here, and I actually like to just back stitch just a little bit, and then you're going to stitch all the way down this way. So it's going to look like that. Now when I'm doing a partial seam with a block, and most all things, I want to always make sure that this center square, we're going to press away from the square at all times. And when I'm doing little blocks, I actually just finger press. So I'm just going to finger press this out, push this down away from the square so that this square is going to stay flat in the middle. So like that. So as you can see, now we have a whole edge here on the bottom, but this top is kind of floppy because we only sewed halfway. But this edge is whole. So this one is ready for us to add the next unit. So the next unit would then fit right here. So we just pop that right on top here, and then bring this under your sewing machine, and now you can sew all the way down here. And again, we're going to finger press away from that square. So now we have two sides done, and this side is now next. It's all the way open. So let me just flip it to this. This side is all the way open here to add the next unit. So the third unit goes on here. You're going to sew. I'm going to turn it towards you so you can see that better. So with your sewing machine, you're going to stitch all the way down, all the way again, finger press away. So now we have that third unit. To be able to fit that fourth unit in here, all you got to do is pull this half sewn piece down, and now you have that edge open to add that fourth piece. So you're just going to lay that on top. So here we added that fourth piece on, folded this down, lay that on top, and stitch. You can stitch all the way. So like that, under your sewing machine, and then finger press that away. And now this last step is just finishing that first seam. And so what you want to do is just fold this back over and then line up everything these sides. And what I like to do, I like to bring this under my machine and look at where my threads are stopping right here. I like to just bring my needle down right into, before I put my foot down, I actually put my needle down right into that stitch, into the seam, and then I put my foot down. And then I finish that seam all the way, and I press, and now you can bring it to your iron and press your block open. But make sure that on the back you can see that this center square is always flat in the middle, and your blocks will lay really nice and flat that way. So once I had my block done, I actually just took it right away and layered it with a scrap piece of batting, and I had a 10-inch square of fabric, so I just used that as backing. So I layered it up and took it straight over to my sewing machine, because in the last episode of Tipsy Tuesday, we had great inspiration from Debbie Brown on free motion quilting, so I decided to just do it right away and get my piece quilted. So I played with some of her techniques that she showed us in that video, some loops and wiggles. I even did a little bit of ribbon candy and some fun stuff in the middle. Added binding, just one strip for binding. And if you haven't seen my binding video, I did it sewn to the back and flipped to the front. I have a tutorial for that on my website. And then this is the finished product. So really quick and really fun, and it fits perfectly for those 3-wick candles to put right on top, or just as a cute little coaster, oversized coaster, or anything like that. So I hope you try this and try the technique, and you can adjust it to whatever block you're doing. And I wanted to just show you a few things, because to give you an idea of how I use this partial seam technique in some of my designs. So here are some of the patterns that I've used that for. So the first one is my square dance quilt. This is actually in my Strip Your Stash book. The block is not put together that way, but to make the blocks tilt like that, I added triangular units on all sides, and those units are sewn on with that partial seam method. There's another quilt in that book called Pixie Sticks that is also, the whole block is actually done with a partial seam, because I wanted those strips to be whole and not have a seam through them. So that's a partial seam method right around the middle. Strip to be square. There's a layout version in this pattern for a square layout, and that's the one we see up here. And that layout is put together with a partial seam because as you see that square in the middle of the quilt, that one you just put the blocks in a with a partial seam method around that middle. So that worked out good. Strip twist is another pattern, very popular. I teach this one a lot, and this is the whole block is put together with a partial seam. This is the version where I use 2.5 inch strips, but you can use 1.5 inch strips and make tiny ones. So this one is actually in my Stripology book, the second one, Stripology 2. So you can be any size with a partial seam. Strip On is an older book of mine, but I wanted to show you both. Those two quilts on the cover are both done with a partial seam block. And then there's one other quilt in that book called Strippers on Wheels that is also done with a partial seam. So lots of fun option. Like I said, I actually love doing it. I think it's kind of fun how it comes together, just putting them together that way in a circular motion. And I hope you have fun with it. Try it out, and I'll see you next time for the next tutorial.
Hello everyone, and so yes, older video as you saw, but lots of fun doing this technique. I love playing with blocks like that, and I know some of you do too. We of course did the strip twist as a strip along a couple of years back, and everybody really enjoyed that. So piece of cake, piece of cake. Now next up is we should answer some of these questions. Everybody's asking about the quilt behind us. So somebody spotted the pattern right away. It's funny because when we got here, I had all of you try and figure out what that pattern is because it's not a regular layout of the pattern. So Sam and Otley and you were trying to figure it out, and I gave you all kinds of hints and clues. And did you get it? You didn't get it. They didn't get it. So
too many quilts in my brain.
Yeah, too many quilts. So some of you got it right away. It's a June quilt. It is the one that I was making way back when we did the June quilt along. So I have it here in Iceland, and I love that spot for it. Really love that spot for it. Okay, so let's move on. We have so much to share today. We had some really good pizza today, didn't we?
Yeah.
Delicious.
We had pizza, and the crust was not regular color. What was the color of the crust? It was black.
Like the sand.
Yeah, like the sand, because we went to the black sand beach, and this pizza place is called Black Crust Pizza.
But it wasn't burnt.
No, it's not because it was burned. It was just black color. Really good, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was very good.
It was very good.
So good.
Yeah, so good. Anyways, let's check out our bundle club. So our quarterly subscription club ships out every 3 months, and we just shipped our July selection out on the 20th. And I'm so excited about this selection. We, of course, try and keep it a secret, so everybody gets to have a little surprise. Everybody that is subscribed gets to have a surprise. They get a 12-piece half-yard bundle with a wonderful booklet giving you lots of inspiration and tips. So let's take a look at our July 2024 Bundle Club, Goodies Bundle Club selection.
Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs, and in this video I'm thrilled to introduce you to our July 2024 selection for Goodies Bundle Club, our beautiful quarterly subscription club. For the July 2024 Bundle Club, I chose to feature a line by Andover Fabrics called Winged Garden, and here's our beautiful booklet. It'll be on these pages. You'll see the quilts that we made, all the additional fabrics, and we have a really great additional feature this month. But let's start by looking at these beautiful fabrics. So first off, these wonderful fabrics called Winged Garden are designed by Alexandra Bordallo for Andover fabrics. What drew me to it right away were those muted but yet vibrant colors. It almost has a sun-kissed feel, and it reminded me of Spain. And no wonder, because Alexandra is from Barcelona. She was born and raised there and lives there with her family. She has been designing fabric for a few years and started doing repeat patterns in 2014. So let's take a look at these beautiful, rich colors. We'll start here on the pink side with this beautiful pink fabric. Has a little bit of orange in it. It is called Dewdrop Pink Petal. Has the petals and the dewdrops. I love that there's a little direction to it, but once it's cut up, you really can't tell. Then next up, we have the Radiant Revival in the pink petal color. So I love that there's just a little bit of a lighter pink in here, but again, this is going to be your tone on tone. And even though it is a nice bright pink, it has that little bit of a muted feel, so it's not screaming at you. But I just love this hue, so fresh for summer. Then we have a little bit of teal. So this one is called Tender Twig Work Delight. And this has also a little bit of a direction to it, but very irregular. So I love the flowers, very abstract, and just a really unique pattern, including some of the oranges and golds and pinks in here, and that beautiful green as well. Next, we have the Dewdrop in the Delight color. So same print as we had in the pink, but in the teal, or what they call Delight. And I love that it's a little bit darker than the other two, so you have that hue difference kind of playing through all of them. Next one is Graceful Flora in that Delight color. This one was one of the prints that really drew me in. I thought that this was really unique, sort of these big blobs of flowers and leaves in an abstract way. I love that they are different scales to get the repeat, so you don't have too much empty space in between. Really love this color, and so a lovely addition there. Then we have the Radiant Revival in the Golden Cream, and I love, so this cream in the lighter color, and then we have that golden brown almost, so not too yellow, a lot of green hues in here, and it's beautiful, and a beautiful kind of a tone on tone. Then we have the Fluttering Golden Gleam, and these are beautifully illustrated moths, and just very unique. I love the unique base color here. It is this golden green, and then you have all the colors of the other fabrics included in the moths. Then we have a basic that I added in here for just some calmness, and it's a perfect builder between the orange and the gold. So this is Dry Brush in the cider color. So it really bridges the gap between these two and marries them together. You'll see this color represented in other prints in the line. Then we have the Graceful Flora in the Sunlit Siesta color. Really beautiful cinnamon orange, so a little bit more muted. I love the little green included in the flowers here. So just a lovely sparkle of warmth in this whole bundle. Next, we have that main floral in the Midnight color. So this color is just a beautiful dark chocolate brown, very warm, but I love this print. It has the orange moths, has all the other colors, has the teal and the green, and the centers of the flowers have that beautiful golden and pink colors in there. We have another print from the line. This one is called Essence of Spring in the Midnight color. So our version of almost a diagonal plaid. I love that it's just
flowers and little stems, a little bit irregular, but has that effect of a diagonal plaid. And then I added another basic, just a tonal here. This one is called Halcyon Tonal by In Between Fabrics and In the Beginning Fabrics, sorry. And I love because it's the same perfect tone and hue that we have in the other two darks, but it has those light parts that really pull out the colors in the golden fabrics. So this is our bundle, our 12 fabrics. And I just love the combination. It just can't wait to show you the quilts that we did. But let's take a look at some of the fabrics that play well with a bundle or my fabric pull. I'm going to start here on the darker end, and a couple of prints that would work great with these colors. The grunge and the winter coal is a perfect match to this tone as well. And so is the dimples in the dark olive. So a little bit more of a greener hue to it, but not by much. So that would be a great fit in there, acting almost like a solid. For the gray tones throughout, I love the seedling in the pewter. So that will pull out some of the medium tones everywhere. So a great accent if you wanted just an accent color that, and also a background. This will make everything show off on this print, so it would act as a great background color. I'm just going to set that one on top here. So going into our more golden hues, golds and greens, the grunge and the cider and the golden delicious has another print that would be great as an accent. And then we have the seedling and the olive, has a little bit more green, but will also work great because of all the greens in the line and everywhere else. So this is a great match with the greens in the main print here. For the orange tones, we of course have the dry brush cider in our 1 yard, so that would be available for more. But I also love the bumbleberries and the soft terracotta to kind of bridge the gap between these two. Has both the light tones and the dark in there. I pulled out some gold here as well, more yellow. So we have the bumbleberries and the lemon, and also the dry brush and the daffodil, so which will work really nicely with this one. It's just a little bit more yellow, but will tone very nicely with that piece. For the blues, the grunge and the avalanche, I love that one because it has a little bit of pink, so it will tone very nicely in here. And for a little bit lighter, the flights of fancy and the celeste is a great match here as well. For the pinks, I went with the starry and the plum for my darkest pink. Or another option would be the glaze in the cochineal, and I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but that's a great match. Works really nicely with both of them. And for if you wanted to lighten it up a little bit, I think the dry brush and the medium pink would be a great option as well for a little bit lighter tones. So now I'm going to bring this gray here as a great option for background. If you wanted to go a light background, a grunge eggshell would work nicely as well. So that is my fabric pull that goes really nicely with Winged Garden. Now let's take a look at the quilts we chose to make with the bundle, starting with Lilo. Lilo is a new pattern from the Stripology Quickies book that uses either half yards or fat quarters. So we cut the bundle into fat quarters and used those for this beautiful pattern. We paired it with a light background to contrast those bright colors really nicely. And I just loved this version so much once we had it sewn up that I decided to include that actual quilt into my book. So here's how we styled it in the book. And I just really love, as I said before, those sun-kissed colors. It was perfect to feature in the sun on the lounger with some delicious pink lemonade. And you can see how those colors are just yummy in that setting. So let's take a look at the fabrics that we chose to use with this one. So the background was grunge cream as listed here. So I chose a little bit more creamier background that has some of that brown tones in it, and it ended up being the perfect fit for that background for Lilo. For the binding, I chose to use the Winged Garden in the Renewal Rhythms. This is from the same fabric line, not in the bundle, so a perfect binding choice for this quilt. And for the backing, we chose a basic from our collection, Chalk and Charcoal in the amber. I love the golds in there, and it just was a perfect backing for this one. So let's take a look at the quilt up close and talk about the quilting part of it. As you can see in your booklet, we added a little bit of a professional opinion to our bundle club this shipment. Jess Siegler from the Long Arm League took a look at all the quilts before they were quilted and recommended some of her beautiful designs to quilt with them. So for this one, it's called Peak Blooms, and she wanted to play up the floral elements of the fabrics. So it creates just a lovely texture and really makes it stand out against that light background. And she says the rounded shapes will provide a pleasant contrast to the straight lines and angles of the patchwork. So we chose just a little bit of a creamy thread that blends nicely with the rest of the prints. And you can see how textured this pattern is. So the flowers are about this big, so I would say about 5 inches, the larger ones. You can possibly see the larger ones around here. And so 4 to 5 inches, that was the scaling that we did on this one, but I absolutely love this texture. The next quilt we made is called Haldora from my Quilts of Iceland book. So this is one of my favorites from the book, and we used fat 8s from the bundle after we made the Lilo and paired them with a warm gray background for just this kind of a subtly masculine look. The background has a tweed-like texture that I think works so well for both traditional and contemporary quilters. And I just really think this color is perfect for all of the other fabrics in the bundle to really shine. Nothing gets outshined by any of the others. So the fabrics that I used with this one for the background, we used that Seedlings in the pewter. So as one of our fabric pulls, it worked perfectly with it. And then we used the Renewal Rhythms also for the binding, the same binding as we used for Lilo. It added just that perfect touch. I love the little, almost like a stripe texture, so that was great for the binding. For the backing, we used the Winged Garden main floral in the Midnight, which just provided a gorgeous back. So that is beautiful in borders or in backings for that matter. So let's take a look at the close-up of the quilt and the quilting. So you'll see this beautiful texture. So this is going, direction is actually going this way in the quilt. So it is a vertical texture. And Jess immediately thought of this print for the quilting on in this quilt is called Together. And that dark background on the quilt will pair nicely with the woven look of the quilting designs. And I thought it worked perfectly because of where this quilt pattern comes from, the Iceland book. There's a lot of connection to other types of handwork. So it's the angled parallel lines that echo the parallel lines in the tweed style fabric as well. So I just absolutely love the scaling on this. It is a beautiful texture. And as you can see, we use just that dark gray thread that slightly darker than the background, and it creates a beautiful texture for both the front and the back of the quilt. The third quilt we decided to make is JoJo, And JoJo is a classic and a favorite pattern from the Stripology Mixology toolbook. It is another quilt that's quick and easy, and it's made from 10-inch squares. So you could cut those 10-inch squares and really have fun with the colors. You can switch around the placements of the little squares, arranging them unevenly. We just made it really kind of wild and fun, and you turn the blocks to make those the position of the little squares in different random places. For additional fabrics for this one, for the binding, we chose to use one of the prints that comes with the line that's not in the bundle. So this one is Renewal Rhythms in the pink petal. So that was our binding fabric. And for the backing, we chose to use the beautiful, graceful Flora Delight in that teal beautiful color. And that was our backing choice. So let's take a look at the close-up of the actual quilt. So we chose to use a pattern that Jess suggested, something simple. This is called Wishbone, and it's simple and works for everything. Those are Jess's words. And it just provides a great background texture that doesn't overwhelm the scrappiness of the quilt. So it all speaks for itself, and to let the fabric speak, I think this pattern is perfect. The scaling of this, we decided to keep it a little bit larger and used a gold colored thread for this one. So it's a little bit darker than this color. I would say it matches more the base of this one, and it just creates this gorgeous texture. And as you can see for the back, it's really lovely, and these fabrics shows up nicely. Let's take a look at some of the additional fabrics that we have available from the Winged Garden fabric line. In 3 yards, we do have the Winged Garden in the floral midnight that is in the bundle. And we also have the Winged Garden Graceful Flora in the Delight color, which is also in the bundle. We have those available in 1 yards as well. So either one of those, if you wanted additional, you wanted some borders or anything, for whatever quilt you choose to make with your bundles. Then from the line, we also have some of the Winged Garden Essence of Spring in the Midnight. So this will be a great option for bindings as well. And then the 2 additional prints from the line that we have in the 2 colors, the Renewal Rhythms in the Midnight color and in the pink petal color. So beautiful stripes and textures, geometrical prints to use with anything else in the line. And then, of course, the additional fabrics we use for our quilts, we have the Grunge in the cream, the Seedling in the pewter, and then we use the Chalk and Charcoal in the amber for the backing of one of the quilts. I hope you're enjoying these fabrics just as much as I did picking them out. Now, if you are a subscriber, make sure you remember to use that coupon on the back that comes with every shipment of Bundle Club. And if you're new to Goodies Bundle Club, we still have availability, so you can sign up now and receive our next shipment. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. And there it is, our Goodies Bundle Club for July 2024.
Winged Garden.
Yes. Those of you that are subscribed, I hope you are enjoying it and making some plans to use it. And those of you that are interested, we have some spots available.
Sweet.
Yes, spots available for Bundle Club. Isn't that pretty? There was a JoJo quilt. Did you see that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one is named after you. Isn't that awesome?
JoJo quilt.
Yeah, JoJo quilt. That's pretty though. So thank you all for your really kind words. I really loved the addition for this month's Bundle Club to have Jess Siegler's expert advice on our quilting and giving, a little extra, giving everybody a little bit of extra, and it was fun to work with her designs on our long arms. So worked great. I call you Yo-Yo or Bobo?
Both.
stuff.
Yes. Bobo is the nickname Papa gave him, and somebody calls you Yo-Yo, right?
Yeah.
We love that. Okay, so we are going to give you a little bit of an update. Thank you all that have ordered the Advent box. Those are flying out. The pre-orders for the Advent box are flying out. Those will, of course, not ship until early November, as our Advent programs and until the Tuesday before the first Sunday of Advent. But we are excited for this project. As always, it's something fun to do during the holiday season and make some fun and fast little projects. So that is ongoing, but yeah, like I said, they are going fast. And then I wanted to mention the Stripology Quickies book. Of course, you saw one of the quilts in Bundle Club that is in the book. The Lilo quilt is going to be really very popular. It's really fun to make. So the book is still available for pre-order through this week. This is the last week. Stripology Quickies, both the ebook and the printed book. We have the pre-order special, so you get the Mia pattern for free as a PDF download either way. And through Sunday is the last day to order the pre-order to get this special.
Sunday.
We have a ship date now. We are expecting them in-house next week, so we will start shipping the books out on August 7th. So yes, the countdown is on. August 7th is when we'll ship them out. You might start seeing some shipping notifications before that because we have a lot of books to ship out. I have a lot of books to sign. Of course, the printed pre-orders will all be personally signed by me. So I am excited. And of course, we announced on the last show that we are not waiting. We are kicking off the first quilt along from the book right away. Yay! Using the Mia pattern. So the first Mia quilt along will be August 21st, 2024. And so 6 p.m. Central Time. And we will be live on YouTube. This is a quickie quilt along just like we did with Kobe and Dina. So it's one full video, but it's a perfect sewing evening. You can get some friends together. But what we're also going to do is those of you that pre-ordered the book and now, of course, have the Mia pattern already, we are going to be putting that video in your account. So if you look up the pre-order for the book, you will find that video there. Not until August 21st, though, right when it goes live on YouTube. So that is a possible way to do this. Now, you have through Sunday to pre-order the book if you want to get the book, and then you automatically get the Mia pattern. If you don't want to purchase the book, but still want to do the quilt along, you will need the Mia pattern. So we have added it as a separate purchase in our shop right now as a PDF download. So you can go ahead and do that. If you do purchase just the PDF for Mia, you will also get the video in your account right after we post it live, the quilt along, that you can stream as many times as you want forever, which is a great, great thing. So yes, Mia quilt along coming right up. So if you wanted to get some ideas for what kind of fabric we can use from Mia, I love Mia because you can be so flexible. It's so many options. Somebody asked about if Winged Garden would look great in Mia. It would be fabulous, really colorful. So if you liked kind of the look of JoJo, that's the look you're going to have for your Mia. Just, of course, a little bit slightly different pattern, but that's the feel. So I found some great bundles, but let me show you first a couple of quilts. So here's my Mia quilt. I used a bundle called Abstract, but I did add a few. I love the seedlings. Fabrics that are also art gallery, and I threw in some basics to mix in just to get more variety and fun in there and balance the colors even more. And then I also made a Mia quilt with the Hey Boo panels. So they're panels that I threw in alongside the blocks. So I used the bundle to make some blocks, and then I used the panel blocks in between. We still have both of those bundles available. But some of our amazing crew members on Goodrich Quilt Crew on Facebook have started off making Mias. And I wanted to bring two of those to your attention. And this first one I wanted to share is by Robin. And she used a very high contrast bundle. So lots of lights, lots of strong darks, and some mediums. And so you can totally see what kind of effect that does for that quilt. So if you like a higher contrast, make sure you use some lights in there, but just mix it up. This quilt is best when it's just mixed up for fun. And then Kristen also made an amazing Mia, very large, with really colorful fabrics. Look
nice.
how fun this is. So less contrast, but just really wild and fun. And so if you like that look, just vibrant and lots of color, choose that. So it's going to look fabulous in whatever. So I just pulled up some bundles that I know will be fabulous. So let's show them Abstract. That is the one I used. And as I told you, I threw in some seedlings, which is a basic. I just had some 1 yards. I always love having these just on hand. And I threw in some of that. Then we have a Christmas Carol, which is a beautiful holiday line, has some lights in there, but great. It's going to provide great contrast. I love this, very classic, very traditional. Then we have Bahia Flora by Louis and Irene. This would make a really vibrant and colorful quilt. Beautiful florals with some great tone on tones to calm things down, but this is going to be colorful and gorgeous. Dancing Daisies. I love the more muted colors there. This would be really pretty as well. You could throw in some more lights if you wanted a little more contrast, but I will of course show you and give you lots of tips on how to pair those fabrics together once we start making the blocks in the quilt along. But really love it. Then we have Hey Boo, which is what I use for one of my Mias. Absolutely love that one. That's of course a Halloween line. But another one that's more fall that I just love and I think would make a great Mia is called Pumpkin and Spice. And
Everything nice.
Really pretty. Pumpkin and Spice has some lights and has some dark, really rich colors. So beautiful. Look, and the prints are fairly small, so they're going to show up really well in the Mia blocks. So, of course, like I said, this quilt will look great in any fabric. So these are just a smidge of ideas for you if you needed some ideas. So that is it. Any questions on the Mia quilt along? I saw a question about the PDF when the ebook will be available in people's accounts, and that's going to happen on the same day as the book ships. So August 7th, if you ordered the ebook, the full book will be in your account on that day. So yes, everything happening at the same time. And we have our second part 2 of the frequency quilt. Those of you doing our class packs, that's going live in the morning. Yes, early because I'm 5 hours ahead of you right now. Okay, any more questions on the quilt along? So put that on your calendar. We're going to be at 6 p.m. Central Time. So that means it's 7 p.m. Eastern, it's 4 p.m. Pacific, and it's way later in Europe. But you know what? Those of you that pre-ordered the book or are going to get your own Mia pattern, the video will be in your account the next day when you wake up. No worries. Johan is ready for bed. Yes, everybody's asking. Yes, it's late here. So it is 9:49 right now. So it's time for bed, but of course it's still bright outside. Yes, we're in Iceland. But I have 2 bundles to share with you today. So I pre-recorded my fabric poll before I left. So let's start with Comfort and Joy. Check it out. This next bundle I'm going to show you is called Comfort and Joy. And this is by Camelot Fabrics. And the designer name is Pam Vale. I love, love, love these snowmen. I just fell in love with the snowmen and the graphic nature of the black, white, and red with just touches of green. And they are so fun. Look at them all together like this. So that was what drew me in, something I haven't seen. Unique coloring on these snowmen. And I, of course, love the prints with it. So here's one of them, one of my favorites, a great typography print. It says, "Holly Jolly Home, let it snow, be merry." So all of those winter themed words, but throwing in there some plaid hearts and the tree and the wreaths with the snowmen. Just love it. Another light one. So these are just all the snowman heads tossed, which I like, so not directional. I love the black and white snowflakes in between. Then we have a directional vine print here in the white. Love this one. It's a great directional print. I added in this print just because I felt like it was a perfect fit in here with the colorways, the black background with the red and the green, and a little bit of typography. So mistletoe, let it snow, Merry Christmas. Going with this snowflake print in the black, just white snowflakes on black, and a very geometric print here in a black also with a black background and white trees. So cute. Then we have more snowmen on the red background, really pretty. And I love that deep red, nice and deep. And then we have the snowflakes repeated on the red background and finishing it off with a nice plaid, adding a little bit of black and green with the red plaid there. So this is the bundle, Comfort and Joy, 12 pieces. And here is my fabric pull with it. The background of the whites is pretty white, so I chose some almost white on white, dry brush, white on white would be one. And then also we have a snowflake, white on white, that would work great in here too to add to some light fabrics in there. For the blacks, we do have the snowflakes on black available as 1 yard, so you can snatch that up. And then we also have the candy canes and snowflakes. This one is great from previous years. It would fit in here perfectly. Looks great with all the other prints. Spotted ink would be a great basic to throw in there because it has the white, has a little bit of that snowflake feeling. And I found another stripe as well. Diagonal stripe would be great if you wanted a little stripe. The black stripe here, this is from a previous holiday line. For the reds, I chose two shades. We have the grunge and the cherry, which matches great with these guys. And if you want it a little bit brighter, the dimples and the fire engine is a great choice. Now, you could, of course, add some green to this, but it would work perfectly as either a background or a focus print, an accent. Grunge evergreen would be a great option. And something for a little bit brighter would be glaze in the juniper. So both great greens that would work perfectly in there. And this line also has a panel. It's pretty large, but I'm going to try and show you. These are large square panels that would make great pillows. And I love the sayings on them. So it's 4 to a panel. Stay frosty. So these would make about 18-inch pillows. Stay frosty, comfort and joy. I just love how cute they are. I love how they just kind of blend into the background. So nice and white. These would make great pillows for outdoor couch or bench. Summer is overrated. Now this should be for Mr. GP. And all my friends are flakes. I love that one. So these are, the panels are sold separately. It's a full yard panel, but you of course can incorporate it into a quilt, but I just would love to have these pillows. I think they're so adorable. So Comfort and Joy bundle, 12-piece bundle by Camelot, and then the bundle of, Comfort and Joy panel. What fun colors for winter. I love that Papa Red and all the beautiful low volume prints. This would make a great Mia as well, I think, and really festive and fun. So cute. And the panels are just adorable. I think I'm going to have to make some pillows. Don't you think,
Nice.
Johan? Aren't they cute?
Good night.
Johan is going to bed, so he wanted to make sure you say goodnight to everybody. We have a packed fun day tomorrow, so gotta
Night,
get that
Yoey.
rest.
Yes, because they're going to bed.
Yeah.
too.
Kobe said goodnight too.
Yeah, Mr. KP. Say
Good night,
goodnight. Do you hear him? Yeah. He's saying goodnight.
I'm back in
From
Minnesota.
Yeah, he's in Minnesota. Thank you. Well, we have another line to share with you, and this one is completely different.
Bye.
Completely different from Go the Note. Completely different from The Snowman. It is called.
This first line is called Dragonfly Garden, just a gorgeous classic florals with just a little bit of an edge. I love the depth of this artwork. It's by Susan Engler for QT Fabrics. Just beautiful flowers, lots of dimension on that black background. So this is a 12-piece bundle. Starting with this one, and then we have a great tone-on-tone that is just a little bit larger version of the leaves that are in the background here. So these viney leaves on a black, which is great to have that little bit of calm. We have another geometric in a little bit more greenish black, greenish gray. It's a diagonal, almost like a plaid, but it's very faded out. So it's subtle, so you can use it as a plaid, or just use it as a print. I love that. Going into some of our teals, color story. So we have the main print again in this beautiful turquoise color. Same exact print, same florals, but just so vibrant in this color, and I love it against the black. Then we have some tone-on-tone fireflies, or dragonflies, not fireflies, dragonflies. And I love that it's lighter than the original, the main print, so giving it more dimension. And then we have a medium scale, so a smaller size than the main print, a little bit tighter with this beautiful green vine through it. And with that green, we go into our greens. I added a basic to this from QT, and I love this beautiful green. It pulls out all the greens in the other fabrics and goes perfectly with this green print, which is the same as we have in the turquoise, that smaller floral. And we have another even smaller, tighter floral. This is just that one flower branch with some dots in turquoise. So beautiful and a little bit lighter. I love how the greens have a shade difference. Bringing in a little bit of the pink. So we have the same tone-on-tone for the pink as the black here. And this is a beautifully coral pink color. And then we have the same print we had here, the lighter pink with the pink flowers. And then I wanted a little bit sharper, but an in-between basic, and I added a bumbleberries to this whole story. So you can see the gradients in the pinks because they are different shades going throughout the prints here. So Dragonfly Garden by Susan Engler. This is 12 pieces. So let's look at my fabric pull. Starting with the blacks, I went with a seedling in the licorice color. Beautiful with a little bit of gray, so it has the dimension like these prints do, and as well jacks in the charcoal. It's a great fit. For the turquoise, I chose Dreams in the Island Blue by Lewis and Irene, and then Bedrock in the Marecchiaro. So this is from our color club. It's a great color, nice vibrant turquoise. And then we have the greens. We do have that print the Spotsy and the moss green available because that was a part of our color club. And then I chose a similar one, Color Dance, in the green. And then for the lighter hues, I chose a deco stitch in the subtle sage. So great little variation of greens here. And same thing I wanted to do with the pinks. Deco stitch in the desert rose is a great fit with that brighter pink. For the lighter one, I chose the dry brush in the light coral. And then in between, the thatched in the sugar rose is a great color as well. Now for a background, I would probably choose to go light since we have the black in here. It would give a great contrast, or even just as a focus print. Seedling in the Longan has like a little bit of off-white because there's no real white in here. And then I also love the spotted white either as an accent or a background as well. So check it out. It's Dragonfly Garden by Susan Engler. QT Fabrics.
Gorgeous, gorgeous prints. This couldn't be more different than the first one, and I absolutely love it. This would make a gorgeous Mia as well. Very vibrant, and I think those prints would show up really nicely in that pattern. So yes, I just love everything.
It's
That's
beautiful.
why I love having such variety in our bundle. It's so much fun to see. So I see a lot of great comments about that. I wanted all of you to help me wish our very own Kara a happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
It was her birthday this week, and she missed it. She was homesick. But everybody wish her a happy birthday. She's very special to us. So happy birthday, Kara. We'll make it up when we get home. And then
I'm
you're
bringing
not
her
sick.
flowers home tonight.
Yeah, great,
Awesome. What a
great,
great
great.
son.
Yeah. So, Mr. KP, do you see any questions pop up that I missed?
Let's see.
Somebody's asking for any Icelandic drink tips. Well, we will be here on Friday with our show, Happy Friday. So we will definitely have a very Icelandic cocktail for that day. It is also Svana's birthday on Friday, so we'll be celebrating. You'll see more of the family pictures and probably some of our actual family members on the show. But
Make sure to let me
looking
know the
forward to that.
ingredients so I can get the drink too.
Okay, we'll make sure to let you know if you can get all the ingredients.
You're right,
We'll ship
actually.
it out.
No, it's all good. We try to have something that everybody can make. But yes, we're having a blast over here and trying to get as much fun in as we can. This last week, we're now less than a week that we have left, but it's going to be fun. But tomorrow, of course, Colleen will be here with One Yard Wednesday at 9:30 in the morning, and that's what date is that? July 31st. Oh my gosh, July 31st. That's wild.
July's almost gone.
I know. And that's 9:30 a.m. One Yard Wednesday, and then Happy Friday is August 2nd. We'll be live from Iceland at 12 noon, and which is going to be 5 p.m. of course. So everybody likes to say it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Yes, it's going to be 5 o'clock in Iceland. And then, of course, our next Tipsy Tuesday will be Tuesday, August 6th. We're going to be fresh off the plane right away and get you your Tipsy Tuesday for
Back
sure.
to Studio A.
Yes. But let's finish with a question. And this one is fun because we actually did some of this. It's National Climb a Mountain Day. So have you ever climbed or hiked a mountain?
Yes.
Yes, you've hiked a few. Probably none before you met me, honey.
Whoa.
Whoa. He hiked a mountain in the rain. And then once you got there,
With my swim trunks on.
when he got there, he jumped into a warm river.
Yeah, I don't know. What
He's
I
as
was.
close to being an Icelander
My brain
as
was
it
frozen,
can.
I think.
But wasn't it lovely?
It was lovely, especially when I got back.
Yeah, especially when we're done. It was awesome. So let us know in the comments if you've ever climbed or hiked a mountain, and you are just automatically entered to win our $25 gift card, which we will announce on the next show. But this is it for us. It's late. Somebody asked when it gets dark. Well, probably it's starting to get a little dusky now, which is it's 10 o'clock, but I would say 11, it gets a little dusky. It doesn't get dark, dark, dark yet. But the sun comes back up around 3:30.
Yeah, early.
It's pretty early. So that's Iceland in the summer for you, but we love it. We love it.
Thanks, Mr.
So,
HP.
thank
Oh yeah,
you
Mr.
all.
KP.
Mr. KP. So thank you for being on with us in Minnesota. Thank you all for watching. We hope you appreciate the
No
show.
problem.
And we will see you on Friday again live from Iceland. Bye, everybody.
Peace out.